Hi, beautiful souls. Welcome to Soul Tales podcast with your friend Ankita Juneja, back again with another amazing episode for all of you. As we have just started a series, I'm sharing a lot of things with you which will help you grow and enhance your journey. This is another episode in the same series. This episode is even more important because I will be diving deep into a lot of concepts which I came across. This has really been helpful to me also in my journey. So it is about unlearning. As simple as it sounds, it's all about unlearning. But we will dive deep into how we can do that thing. We all have been in our life where we have learned a lot of things up until whatever your age is. But what it does is sometimes we don't realize those are influenced by outside world. Not necessarily whatever you have learned up until now is helping you. The more you grow, the more you work upon yourself. If you are in spiritual path, I'm hoping that you are more conscious and aware. When you're aware, you will see that certain things are not helping you in your journey. At this particular time, it's needed that you start unlearning things. But before you reach to this point where you are starting to unlearn, you have to become very conscious about yourself, about your actions, and what are your belief systems. What are your values? Are those aligned with you, who you are today? Because we all are growing and leveling up all the time. So whatever you have learned up until now, not necessarily is helping you to go to the next chapter. What I realize is there are a lot of things which we see as a resistance. We want to do so many things, but we are not able to move to that goal of ours because there are certain patterns, there are certain learning that we need to leave behind so that we can move to our next version. But that will only happen when you are aware and conscious. I have seen recently this in my personal journey also, where I have to sit consciously by myself and I have to see what are the things that is no more in alignment with me. And trust me, the unlearning process, as simple as this sound, it is little challenging because we never question ourselves. Most of the time what happen is we are just running in autopilot mode, and when you are running in autopilot mode, you never question anything. The more you give yourself this time and space, you will see that what are your patterns. Also, in the next episode of this Soul Tales podcast, I will be talking in detail with all of you about patterns because that is another chapter where you have to work upon yourself. I recently realized that there were a lot of patterns which I have to work upon, so I'll be sharing more in detail about that in my next episode. But in this particular one, we will focus on unlearning. Ask yourself, sit with yourself, what are the belief system that you're carrying? Are those in alignment with you? If you want to become a millionaire, for instance, you cannot have a poor mindset because that will not help you to even get into one step further. You have to heal yourself money blockages. You cannot just curse money and expect that money will come to you. That concept doesn't work that way. You have to heal yourself and you have to make peace with it, and you have to address that, okay, is it coming from your family, from your society, from your surrounding? Because most of the time this is influence since your childhood. We never question because we just feel like whatever comes to us is good. I also realized as a kid we were always curious to question. The moment we stop asking question, we lose that curiosity, and as we don't ask question, we just accept things for what they are. I always say to all of you, if you're here, I'm assuming that you're here and you're working on your growth, because whatever I'm doing, it's more about helping you to grow, because that's how even I see my life. I'm always work in progress and I'm always leveling up because I see myself as a student for life. If you are just like me, you have to question everything. And I also say, whatever you hear, don't just take it because anyone is telling you. Even if it's me, I want you to question everything and take what resonate with you, with your understanding and your experience, because my experiences and your experience are very different. I come across people who tell me like, you see things differently than what we do, but it is about my experience has been different, my approach is different, and we all have different approach in life. So I share things from my perspective, my learning and my experience that might or might not resonate with you. But what you need to do is question it. As you start questioning, you will see that you are gaining new knowledge, new information. You're learning new things. But how can you learn new thing when you're all full? At that time it's needed you see what are the things that is not serving you, that is not helping you to grow in your life, and then you start slowly detaching with those belief system, that values. I can say what I have realized recently. Sometimes you might even feel like, oh my god, how dumb you were, how can you even take that into consideration? But just be gentle and kind with yourself. Now you are able to see those things because you have grown up, you have matured. As we age, maturity comes with experiences and life lesson. So see see yourself with that grace, like, okay, that has happened. You had this belief system, but now you're ready to change. And it takes a lot of mental resilience, because if you don't have mental toughness, you will see that you're not leveling up. And to be quite honest, it requires a lot of discipline. Ignorance is always easy. You don't have to question, you don't have to do anything being ignorant. But when you start living aware life, you will see that it causes, that's why most of the people are just living an ignorant life, because they don't want to level up. I don't have any opinion with their journey, because we all are in different journey. But I'm assuming if you're here for growth, as I said, and I want you to, start walking on this path. Initially, it might feel little challenging, but see, my friend, what I understood from my life is, whatever you are delaying in this life, eventually you will do this or later, but you have to do it. Maybe not in your early life, but in later life, because what you're here to do, what lesson you're here to learn, you will have to learn, because that's how the evolution happens. And it's not about you aging, but I'm talking from a soul perspective. So for that context, it's important that you sit with yourself and see, like, okay, what are the things that doesn't align with you? Maybe your aunt, your mom, your dad, or whoever it is have told you something. It could be good for them, but that might not work with you. There are a lot of things which I question. I challenge the status quo, because I don't fit in. I don't feel like it resonates with me. In that case, it's not like I am superior or they are superior. I am right or they are wrong. This journey is not about telling someone who is right or wrong. It's about you knowing like what you want out of your life, and slowly and gradually moving toward that. See, if you see, most of our parents have lived a very service life where they were doing job and all. But if you see around yourself, you will see there are a lot of entrepreneurs. There are a lot of people who in their family histories is starting doing business and certain kind of things for the first time. Definitely they are challenging the status quo. At that point of time, their belief system has been about doing job and just doing the mundane thing. But what I am seeing around is that's not how the millennials and Gen Z work. They are more self-driven. I feel so proud connecting to Gen Zs also, because I see a different energy in them. Even the kids who are coming now, you will see that they're so smart. Whenever I interact with my niece, I find like, oh my god, she's just brilliant. Sometimes she teaches me so much being a kid. And she's just 2, but the way she approaches, she's so fearless. I feel so good connecting to her and her energy. I feel like, wow, this is what even I need to learn from her. She's just 2, but the way she expresses herself, honestly speaking, I feel like even I need to learn that from a 2-year kid, So there are a lot of things that we can learn from each other if we are open for learning. But if you see like you're just superior and no one can teach you anything, then my friends, you are doing a big mistake and injustice to yourself. Everything around us teaches us if we are open. Just don't be that old person who just feel like they know everything, because I feel like life is always happening. As long as life is happening, it's always teaching all of us. And to unlearn things, you have to sit with yourself. There is no other way about it. And always be humble and kind to yourself and people around you, so that the learning and the process becomes easy. And most importantly, you have to be kind to your younger version. Go and listen to that again, because if you are not kind to yourself and the things which you have done, you will see the process is becoming little challenging. You have to have empathy and love for your younger self. Whatever you did, my friends, it's okay. It was part of your journey. Just see how far you have come, how you have grown up in life, because life is all about growing, and we only grow from experience. So have that kindness and just start unlearning things, because as you start growing, you will see life from a positive side. And one more thing, as a disclaimer, I want to tell you, as I started unlearning things, what I really realized is I feel like I'm just born now. There is a lot of things I need to learn. Lot of things, even the tiny things, my habits, my discipline, my routine and everything always keeps on evolving. And I feel like, I don't know, I have lived here for 30 years, but it feels like I have just come. This is the power of learning, which is an endless process throughout your learning. But you have to be open, you have to be kind, and you have to be generous, not with others, but with yourself also. Unlearning is a beautiful process. Trust me, this concept, go and explore more about it if you feel like. But the more I'm I'm doing it, I'm falling in love with myself and the process itself, because it teaches me, it shows me so many things which I haven't even seen and recognized that was there in my life. So with this episode, I just want to leave you with like, go start unlearning things, become conscious. The more you become conscious, you will see that you are evolving, you're growing, and you're aligning with better things in your life. And let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about this episode? Was this helpful to you? Also, if you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe and be part of this lovely tribe. I'm so grateful for your presence, and I'm looking forward to connect with you in my next episode, where we will be talking more about patterns, because that again is very therapeutic and helpful. So stay tuned for that one. And I hope this episode was helpful to you some way or the other. Sending you lots of love and light. Signing off from my side. Until next time, keep shining bright. Bye bye.